going to output as an original song at this stage. Everything else is going to be built around music for the moment. So, so Clarence has been literally bogged in there trying to mix up lead vocals with doubles and then loads of male harmonies, and then we also have all the female harmonies. And we didn't want in any way to overshadow the fact that ultimately it's Kim's record, and so the focus and the showcasing needs to be on him and what he's delivering. But I really do believe that if we didn't have Tina, and we didn't have that very, very resonant tone in her voice, that we would find that when we came down to the all-important mixing process, which is what we're doing at the moment, that we would have a lot of thinness to it. And then what producers tend to do to kind of balance out the thinness is that they just copy and paste, and they thicken it, and they thicken it, and they thicken it. And what does it really achieve? It's like literally piling the same thing on top of each other more and more and more. And the more you do it, the more you lose the honesty of the performance, the personality of the performance, and you end up getting a big wash, which more often than not actually sounds like complete shit. So that's what we're doing. And then what we have to do is, because we still don't have the RME card, we've ordered it and it's coming on Monday, but because we don't have the RME card, it's important for you to realise that when you're in what we call an intermediate studio, which is where we are, all our gear, all our hardware, all our processing is top of the line, but at the end of the day, we still are running between what we call real-time recording instruments, including straight vocal preamp recording, to what we call MIDI and sequencing, and anything that we MIDI'd or effectively run through a sampler or a sequencing or whatever else like that has to be bounced separately. So we now have the massive job of getting in there and bouncing the strings and any of the other MIDI instruments and whatever as a separate thing to create the balance of the track. Once we've done that, we can then import the track back into literally the program, and then we have on one side we have a 2-track stereo mix of the track, and we have a 2-track stereo mix of the vocals, and then we can position the individual blocks, what we call groups of vocals, in there, and then we can get in there and we can really do the sexying up. We can start to add plate reverbs, we can start to add pre-delay effects, post-delay effects, we can use stereo expanders, we can use compressors, we can use a lot of different types of alignment tools. Of course, all the vocals are currently going through the Artaris, they're going through the Green Monster. So it's picked a particular chromatic key to lock into, and so effectively all of the stuff is aligned and hard tuned to that, and then we've got everything fairly well balanced. So that's what we're going to do. Once we've done that, we're going to then turn it right down really, really, really low, so you can almost not even hear it, and see what sticks out. By rights, because it's very vocal, the track, you should hear vocals, and you should hear what we call the top sibilants, which in this case will be cymbals or hi-hats, or any kind of hard chop guitars, which will probably be the Strat. Although I prefer the balance of the acoustic. I think the acoustic warmness will be better than the Strat now. I think the Strat will act as like the scaffolding with the voice. I think it will sit in the background, and I think the acoustic will come forward. And rather than go and process that and put effects on that acoustic, I just want it to be natural, so that it's got that natural kind of tone, because it wasn't recorded, it wasn't DI'd directly into the preamp. We recorded it through the microphone, so we created that ambientness, that ambient nature in the sound. And then after that, once we've done all of that and we've kind